My name is Hidde from Gelder and I'm the community developer of Impact Hub Amsterdam. Before I started working at Impact Hub Amsterdam, I've worked for a couple of years in the hospitality industry, in which I've also helped a bunch of newcomers into the city and into the Netherlands. My focus has always been to help the newcomers settle into the town through activities like community dinners, like helping them with one-on-one sessions to figure out who they are, what they like to do, and basically helping them as an individual to settle into the Netherlands. At Impact Hub, this translated into helping all these individuals with setting up their business, from local Dutchies to expats. I'm very happy to share these experiences with you, and I hope they will help you in your work as well. Working with migrant entrepreneurs isn't just helping them with their business. You really have to take into account that these people come here to set up their new lives. They usually don't know the culture, they don't have a social safety net to fall back on, so you really also have to think about this aspect of their life. Helping them not just with their business will translate into their business. The first thing to take into account when working with people with a migrant background is that you also really have to take into account their personal well-being. It is important to understand that they've just been through a huge cultural shift. Helping them with this shift will actually transfer into their business and the success that they will have both personally as with their business in this new country. For instance, what you could do is help them finding housing, maybe even some groups or activities that they like to do in their free time where they can meet like-minded individuals, because this will really help them to also have more peace of mind when they have a meeting with you. It's good to realize that not everyone is as direct as the Dutch culture. So maybe it's a good thing when you ask a personal question like, how are you doing, to realize that not everyone might open up that quickly. In order to make people feel comfortable in the conversation, you could help them ease into it by asking any other question in the direction of, what do you like to do in your free time, or did you maybe already make friends here? This will allow for recommendations and anything that you can help them with in the right direction, such as groups or any other things, activities that they really like to invest their time in. This way, you make them feel that they're not alone in this situation. Another way to make them feel comfortable is actually to open up yourself first in the conversation. Someone might feel a little bit uncomfortable, or actually, it's not maybe in their culture to open up first. So once you do that yourself and you show them the way and that it's okay to talk and open up, this will also help the other person to open up and talk a little bit more about their personal experiences and preferences in the way that you can help them out. Once you open up, also make sure that you talk about experiences, maybe anything in the direction that they might be feeling right now. Maybe you've lived in another country for some time. Just talking about these little details might actually also for them give the impression that you know what you're talking about and you're genuinely here to help them out. When moving on to business topics, it's actually really good to start with managing expectations, preferences and experiences that both of you might have. Both coming from a different cultural background might actually change the conversation and also the expectations of the whole agreement. Start by explaining to people what, from your point of view, is going to happen, but also that you're very open to their point of view and find a middle ground to work in the best way possible. When working with people from different cultures, it's very easy to misunderstand each other based on the cultural differences. Therefore, it's also very important that you show them that they have actual ownership over the process while still making sure that they know exactly how you like to work. For example, when you're setting an appointment, for a lot of different cultures, unlike the Netherlands, it's pretty okay to come a little bit late. Obviously in the Netherlands we're a little bit more direct than that and we always come on time. But make sure just before you make the appointment just to set the boundaries so they understand how to work, how you like to work, and also that you understand their way of working. A good way of clearing the air is by staying curious, asking what you don't understand from the other person, but also allowing them to ask what they don't understand from you might definitely help. This might feel uncomfortable or even slightly annoying at first, but over time you both will grow to accept it and you might actually learn a thing or two. The most important thing is to stay open-minded. Basically, if you set the tone from the very beginning, they understand how you like to work, which will give them the freedom and openness to take ownership of the rest of the process. Good luck.